Okie doke. I don't know how to feel about what we were shown. I do know how I personally think, or I do know what I like and dislike so far.
Sweep the breach.
There are some good.
You're clear to engage all
There
hostiles.
are definitely some bad.
What's hiding in there?
To what we were shown. There's very questionable stuff, and there is stuff that I fully am behind. The whole idea of
Like your leads are hiding inside dimensional
Gunsmith
tears.
coming back,
You're gonna run
not
into more as you
behind.
move through
I
the
don't
zone.
think that Gunsmith is a good idea,
Meet my new corpse maker.
but I understand that there are people who do like it. Whatever to me. I personally am not a fan of Gunsmith. I think Gunsmith plays really bad for the game. It gives a game... I don't even want to say, like, it's too much creativity, like, to players or whatever. Because, like, creativity is fine, but you should be allowed to, like, you know, make the gun you want, make the class setup you want, you know. You should be able to, like, choose what you're actually going to be running at. And I'm perfectly okay with that. It comes to the problem when it's like, okay, now you're giving us a little too much. Like, fucking giving somebody 1,000 like Vanguard doing 10 attachments. That was OD. There was no need. Like, if you needed 10 attachments to make a class setup, I don't know what to tell you. I think that means you are very, very bad, and I mean that in the nicest way possible. You must be very, very bad to need 10 attachments. I'm okay with MW being, like the original MW being 5 attachments. I guess that's okay. But this game, this game really didn't specify how many attachments were going to be. So that's another thing I really would like them to specify. Or at least tell us, like, hey, you know, we're giving everybody this amount. The whole receiver idea, I think it's very misconstrued. I don't agree with it, but I understand why people do. I get it if you don't want to sit there and grind out weapon levels for 1,000 weapons in a game, which is perfectly understandable. Trust me, I hate the weapon grind too. I think it's fucking atrocious. But I don't think it should, I just don't know. It's just, it doesn't seem like, on paper, it sounds rough to me. Maybe it's just me. Everybody has another thing I just have a really bad thing about. Obviously, I'm not too keen on the engine. I've never been a fan, but at least the game looks visually appealing now. It doesn't look like a horrified gray color palette mess. Like, there's a lot of vibrancy from what they showed, and I'm perfectly fine with the game being vibrant. If anything, I'm all for vibrancy. But
new day, new murder weapon.
I don't like NW's engine. It's never gonna grow on me. The fact that it looks really smooth now, it's promising, but it's also scary because promising can be one thing, results can be another. Like, looks can be deceiving. And that's what the game really looks like to me. That's the vibe I got once I was done watching COD.
Welcome to
it
my
looks
murder party.
Very promising, but like I said, looks are very deceiving. I was watching it, reading a couple of bugs, and it just, I don't know. All for it, it looks like, wow, this is solid. Like, there's a good fucking foundation here, man. And it looks like there is a solid foundation there, but again, looks very deceiving. The gunplay looks cool. The real recoil, whatever the fuck, it's okay. I mean, I don't care for recoil being there, not being there. It's whatever to me. All you do is hold down on your right stick anyway, so it doesn't matter. But I get it. But like I said, the game looks very appealing. Like, I went into that thing instantly with the mindset that this shit is gonna be very bad. And that's why I had the opinion I have. Like, dude, I was actually shocked at how the sequence it looks like it's kind of tried this. And that's what really threw me off. I was like, oh wow, they tried. Like, this is crazy. Usually they don't give a fuck. Like, they're just trying to get money, get something. Like, and that's what's really crazy to me. It's like, wow, it doesn't look like a regular cash. I mean, the name is a cash grab in itself. The name is a cash grab. Modern Warfare itself as a name is going to bring people to the store to buy it or make people buy it from home. Whatever you're more comfortable doing. But the game looks like they tried. Granted, they had every fucking studio in the workplace working on the game. I would hope it's not bad. But I have false hope. Like, a lot of false hope, actually. Another bad thing I didn't like what I saw was, I don't like the fact that there is no mini-map again. I don't know why we keep going this route. I really don't understand it. I don't know who likes it, first of all. I have no clue who actually likes it. I don't know if it's a studio decision or if it's a player feedback thing or the beta testers or the pre-alpha testers. Whatever the fuck it is, get him the fuck out of your building, man. Because that guy has no clue what he's talking about, or that group of people, they don't know a damn thing. Please get them out of there, because they are just killing the game. No radar is, I think it's unhealthy for the game. It promotes people to not move. In the sense of, well, I don't know where they're coming from, unless I go on a kill streak.
War machine.
Then, like, you know,
Make it quick.
I'm not wrong. There's no way I'm wrong. Like, it's true. Like, people don't move. That's the main reason people didn't move in 2019. Well, I don't know where they're at. And then also, dude, suppressors, man. Suppressors have, like, little to no downside. Who the fuck cares about bullet velocity in 6v6? Tell me. Who actually cares about bullet velocity in 6v6? None of those maps put you in a situation where you're yards, acres, whatever away from your opponent that you're shooting at, man. None of them do that shit. So why the fuck would I care about ruining my bullet velocity when I'm playing against them on terminal? Like, come on, bro. It just doesn't make sense.
There's a
So
dimensional
yeah, the
tear
minimap
near your
thing,
position.
being
Get
back
ready.
to, I guess, not having people on it or
Waypoint
whatever,
marked.
very
Move.
bad choice. Kill streaks look good though. Like, not good as in like, oh, they look very strong. Because the chopper gunner I saw, that shit looked horrible. It looked like it just didn't do damage. Like, it looked rough. And I guess the chopper gunner, you're like frozen in place when using it, which is very weird.
Put him down.
I don't know why you're sitting still in a chopper gunner. It's very awful. It's like, dude, let us move around, please.
Your lead down.
Just doesn't make sense. But like I said, I'm not a game designer, so clearly I guess I don't know what I'm
Welcome to the
talking
scene of
about.
the crime.
I just think I know what's not extremely best for the community, but mainly from my experience. But I feel like my experience very much coincides with most of the player base. Maybe not the drastic portion of the player base of COD, but I think I relate to a lot of players when I say, like, the route MW 2019 took was not it. Like, slower movement, let's make the game harder for better players, let's make the people who are underperforming feel like they're going crazy. Like, that philosophy is, if you're worse than me at the game, and this is very controversial, and everybody can think they want to think about this is my opinion, but over the years, I have, like, morphed into the person that's like, if you're bad at the game, I just straight up don't think you should be playing the game. That's just me. I guess it's just me. I just prefer that you need to be good at the game. If you're going to sit there and complain about it nonstop, you need to be good at the
You need
game.
to stay near the orb.
Because you need to have some, like, I don't know the proper term, but you need to have some, like, homework done is what I would say. Like, if I'm gonna sit here and bitch and moan about COD, it's not because I play COD when I'm off my 9 to 5 job. No, it's because I play COD for hours on end. It's because I've dedicated years to like playing video games. Like, you know, it's just, I think you need to have your work cut out for you. Like, if you're gonna form an opinion, and my opinion is that the direction that the games have went from arcade shooter to military sim are bad. Cold War is the closest thing we've gotten to arcade shooter in years. And this is why you're seeing Cold War gameplay. Because I think this is the last good COD they did. Now, I'm not knocking BO4. I fucking adore BO4. I probably will for a long time to come. I thought BO4 was the best thing since BO2. Believe it or not, I thought it was. It's just facts, man. I like BO3, but it's not BO4. I prefer on-ground movement. I just don't like pre-aiming the sky and stuff like that. It just doesn't make sense. So, I don't know. A lot of the good stuff, that color palette they chose this year, top tier. I don't know who their art designer is or director or whatever. Kudos to you. You made a good decision. I don't know why this decision wasn't made 2 years ago. And then I don't know why it wasn't made again during Vanguard. But it needed to be. I just don't know where some of these decisions get made or who calls the shots. But clearly the guy calling the shots on the art this year, top tier man. Better man than me. I would have quit the studio the minute I saw it. Because I would not be happy to work for them. But yeah, art design, color palette choice, amazing. Graphic, like the way the graphics look, they look more in line to Cold War. It's like a sleek finish, like it's almost cartoonish. And then the heads-up display is chef's kiss. Like, it has a COD Mobile look to it, and I love it. I love it. I think COD Mobile is probably the best COD out right now. When it comes to COD being played on a regular basis, I think COD Mobile is the best COD. Like, if you want a genuine Call of Duty experience, I will tell you, go play COD Mobile. It is the closest thing to Black Ops 2. It is a score streak based game. It's everything. It's everything. Oh, and the whole switching score streak to kill streak, like whatever you prefer on the fly, I think that's good and bad, because you're gonna have those players that don't care about objectives, point blank period, and will just pick kill streaks as like their preferred style of play.
Excellent.
But
a new
it'll hinder that player, will punish a player like me choosing to opt in with score streak. So like, off rip, when I play the beta, I'm going score streak route the whole way. But I'm going to get hindered for getting on the OBJ because that kid on the other team decided, let me go the kill streak route. You see what I'm trying to say? Like, it's just, those two worlds are going to collide in a different way. It's going to probably hurt the game a little bit. We'll just have to see. That's just my philosophy on it. Like, that's what I really think is going to happen. Like, those two player bases are not going to mesh well together in the same lobby. What I think they should have did, and what would have worked a little bit better, they could have just made 2 separate playlists. Really. Like, they could have just put people who want their stuff to be kill streak based in their own playlist. Like, you know, there's core and hardcore. They could have put us with a score streak playlist and a kill streak playlist. Simple. I think it would divide the player base in half. Like, it'd be harder to find people in a certain server. Like, I get that, but to me it'd be more beneficial to the game, because now end game, the ending scoreboard, voice chat interactions gonna be like, oh well, you're this and that for running kill streak option. Oh well, why the fuck aren't you guys playing the OBJ? Oh sorry dude, I'm running the kill streak method. Or it's like, why are you guys just getting camping for kills? Oh, because you're getting streaks because we chose the kill streak route. And it's like, or you lose a game because your whole team's like playing kill crazy and the other team's just raining down streaks. Like, damn bro, like how are you guys getting streaks? Well, we're hopping on the OBJ. It's like, there's never going to be a winning argument. It's just going to be, well, we chose to go with this. Well, we chose to go with that. Like, I get it. It's player choice, but player choice should be done differently. It should be really up to us. And it is up to us. But I think the game should segregate us into two separate pools. Because personally, this could be offensive, it cannot be, but I think if you choose skill streak out, you're bad. Like, you're just a lesser skilled player. To me, it doesn't take skill to chain together 15 kills when you're not moving. It just doesn't, dude. It really doesn't. And if you think it does, hey, me and you grew up in 2 different eras of COD, man. Because MW done shown a lot of people that I guess it takes plenty of skill to stand still in a spot. But that's just, it's not me, man. It's not me.
Wanna play a game? You run, and
Not
I'll
me at
use
all.
this to kill
And
you.
that's just my opinion. But like I said, I think my opinion is also fact because a lot of my friends kind of agree with a lot of stuff I say. I went into this with no expectations. I thought this was going to be the worst fucking reveal ever. I thought this game was going to look like total shit.
Weapons hot. Take 'em out.
And this is why I'm so torn. Like, I'm genuinely 50-50 on it because I thought this was going to be an abomination. I was like, there's no way they up anything from, like, I was like, dude, it can't get worse than Vanguard, which I don't think it can. You really would have to try very hard to be worse than that. But
Probably regret
honestly, with
that.
COD nowadays, I have no clue. I don't know how bad of a product they can put out. It's shocking that I was genuinely
Elite
impressed.
signature near your position.
But perk system seems cool. I think I have some gripes with it, nothing major. I just don't think that, obviously, Ghost is always going to be a perk in Call of Duty whether you like it or not, and I understand that. I don't think that Ghost should be an ultimate perk that obviously everyone's going to run. But I do like that the balance really comes into effect. Like, when it gets to the ultimate perk selection, you have Ghost, Toughness, not Blind Eye. What's that thing called? I don't know what it's called, dude. It's the perk that overlays your HUD. When someone's high alert, like high alerts in there. But dude, their main complaint with BO2 is that Toughness is a crutch perk. So if you're making Toughness a perk again, what? Like, you're just gonna run into the same problem. Because I mean, Quick Fix is in there too. Quick Fix is a great fucking perk, but Quick Fix is not Toughness. And Quick Fix is only getting picked if your health regen is too damn slow. Now, if their health regen in that game is pretty damn fast, Quick Fix is a useless perk. And it doesn't belong in the game at that point. So, we'll just have to wait and see. I'm anticipating this beta. Because I'm actually going to end up going into it with, clean slate.
You know what to do.
Very open-minded. Because the gameplay showed me today, like, we're not where we need to be, we're taking a step in the right direction. And I do think that's one of the things that hurt Vanguard the most was the time period they chose, yada, yada, yada. But Cold War chose the same time period, but not the same. Cold War chose old school, and it did pretty damn good. So, I don't know. I'm in line with more of the modern stuff. Like, Cold War is not modern, obviously. It's old school, 80s, but Cold War has some modern, like, weaponry, which is cool. Obviously, the color palette choice,
Dimensional tear
amazing.
nearby. Get ready to engage an elite.
I don't know, there's just so much good stuff that I saw, and it looks very promising. Like I said, looks are very deceiving. I have hope in some regard, and I don't know why I have hope, but I just do. And it's that hope that worries me the most because it's like, I just know like, it's too good to be true. It's way too good to be true, and it worries me because it's like, people are going to buy the game, man. It doesn't matter. People are going to buy the game. But what matters to me is like, the game's not going to live. It's going to die within weeks because of Warzone. Now, I'm not saying Warzone shouldn't be free to play. I'm okay with Warzone being free to play, but you saw how BO4 kind of, I know it died on YouTube, but the community for BO4 never died, and it's still not dead because there are kids still this day on Xbox playing that shit religiously, and that is insane to me, but they do. And I am a full-on advocate for that game, but dude, I cannot play that shit anymore. It got way too toxic, but it's still in my top 5, and I don't care.
Probably regret that.
Like I said, the game looks very promising. I have high hopes. I hope it turns out to be great. I really would hope we get a banger of a game. Honestly, I really would. But it's just, like I said, it's scary because we don't know. We don't know if they're going to cater to casuals. We don't know if they're going to cater to the tryhard community. We don't know if they're going to cater to comp. We don't know anything.
Death Machine.
All we know is that we're getting Modern Warfare 2. The game looks like a step in the right direction versus the military simulator, which I'm perfectly fine with. And yeah, I prefer arcade shooter. I don't fucking like military sim. That shit is bad. If I wanted to play that, I'll go play Battlefield. It's that simple. So yeah, I appreciate anybody who watched. I appreciate anybody who supports what I say. I do this yearly upload thing because it's fun, it's cool that I always get to voice my opinion. This is where I can really speak out and let it be known. And I don't know, I will stream the beta, I will upload some beta gameplay to this channel to give this channel some life. I will also be coming out with a beta thoughts video like I usually do every year. Like I said, I'm hoping the beta is good. I really am. And if it's not good, well, then I guess I'll eat shit. Because I'll just tell myself I should have seen it coming. Like, I just should have seen it coming. But we'll see, man. I appreciate you guys if you support me. I appreciate you if you don't support me. I do this for my entertainment. I do this for the people who actually care, like, about me and, like, support me. But, you know, to each his own. You guys have a good night. You guys have a good day. Whenever you watch this, spread the word, man. But I will leave a link to my Twitch in the description. I will do my best to upload more. Nothing really to upload. The games that are good. But we're very optimistic this year, man. Extremely optimistic. We're gonna try to keep that up. Like I said, love y'all.